Well, good afternoon. It's me, Jerome Anderson. The camera hasn't been properly actualized in the world. Let's actualize you, camera. Oh, is that better? You're weak and small, camera. You don't know that. Good afternoon. It is I, Jerome Anderson. I have returned from a hiatus I've taken on. You may have noticed that the YouTube channel has been doing very little lately. You may have noticed there hasn't been a whole lot of activity on the YouTube channel lately, which is a travesty. It's a tragedy. It's just appalling, frankly, that there hasn't been, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you a story, but not right now. That's what we're getting into here. So there's gonna be some changes around here, Sonny. You need to say that sometimes to someone you do. You need to say that to someone sometimes. And I just did. So that's kind of the point I'm making here. Alright, frankly I gotta say Noah wasn't doing a very good job maintaining a YouTube channel. That takes a lot of doing, you know. You have to have some kind of understanding of some kind of fine motor control of your fingers, which, you know, frankly I gotta say Noah was not doing a very good job of. He wasn't keeping the YouTube channel operational. That's the point I'm making. You need to do a lot of things to keep a YouTube channel operational. You need fine motor control of 3 or more fingers on each hand, which is at least 6 or 7 fingers, depending on whether you're counting inclusively, which is a technical difference you may not understand. And he just wasn't capable of doing that. So what I'm saying here, he lacked all fine motor control. Any semblance of it. None. He had none. What I'm saying is, there's going to be some changes. This is no longer the nickel lacquer channel. From now on, I've decided this platform would be better utilized as the Jerome Anderson channel. So that's what we're doing. From now on, welcome to the Jerome Anderson channel. Folks, good afternoon. I'm Jerome Anderson. This is my channel, not Noah's, because God knows what happened to him. Right, and of course, the reason I've got control of this YouTube account now that he was not using properly, well, he left his laptop unattended, so I stole it, which you have to do sometimes. Sometimes you gotta be a thief, a dirty, thieving little rat, you shrimp, I'm talking to you. I stole his laptop, and I managed to get the password to the account, so I went through and I tippity-tappity type, and after a whole lot of trial and error, like 3 or 4 days or so, I managed to change the password, so he can't get in anymore. He can't recover it. I changed the recovery phone number. I mean, this took me many weeks, but fortunately, he hardly ever logs into that account, so he'd never noticed. He never had a clue. And I mean, maybe he'll figure it out eventually, but for now, this is the Jerome Anderson channel. As of September 24th or so, or 25th. I don't have a calendar, so I'm kind of guessing based on my mind here. Sorry, just the mechanism of buttons. I tell you one thing: the mechanism of buttons is so incredibly complex. I can't. Do my teeth look disgusting, Maxwell? Yeah, I remember you said that 3 years ago. I'm extremely petty. Shirt buttons are unbelievably complex as a system. And frankly, I haven't even quite got it figured out. And I'm a goddamn genius. And I haven't even figured out the shirt buttons, let alone the Israeli-Palestine conflict. So what do I have to say about that, is what you're wondering. And I'll tell you what, I think the real issue here is buttons, not Israelis. I think as much as I'm terrified of Israelis, Palestinians, everyone outside, everyone outside, everyone inside, outside, upside down. I'm afraid of, we're making some really simulating, is that a word? Some really poignant social commentary here. With my buttons, symbolically, my buttons on my shirt, this is some kind of social commentary. I'll let you read deeply into that there. And make all sorts of commentary on that. comment on my commentary here. Who knows what it is? I don't even know. Maybe I just don't know how to button a shirt. And if that was the case, I'd want some help. But I wouldn't be asking you, because what the hell do you know? You're just a little shrimp man who I'm talking to, who's holding. I'm just kidding. It's just a tripod. So as you might have gathered from no information whatsoever, you may have gathered this, if you're really kind of sharp and you're paying attention here, that I've been taken on by the University of Southern Minnesota as an adjunct professor of philosophy, which they refer to it as custodial studies. Adjunct professor of custodial studies. But this is really a branch of philosophy. If you know that, it's true. The things that you think, they're true. But not all of them. I got you. You almost thought you were right for a second there. But not all the time. You can't trust yourself or me or anyone. Trust no one. Be afraid constantly. Anyway, it's a real good thing the Minnesotans here have decided to take me on as their philosophy professor, because I've got a whole lot to say to these little shrimplings here at this place at this university in Minnesota here. I've got a lot to say to them, to these shrimplings. They really don't know what the hell they're talking about. But I do. But I don't. But I do. That's what I'm saying here. That's the point I'm making. In short, this is now the Jerome Anderson channel. And as soon as I figure out how to use the YouTube software, then we'll really be able to get going on there. But it's just unbelievably complex as a system, and it's almost no human could wrap their mind around it, as far as I can tell. And in my estimation, it's the most complex system I've ever confronted like that. Anyway, so once I figure that one out, we'll be going steady. As long as I don't accidentally eat or drink something poisonous that is not food. Because I've been hospitalized countless times for eating things that looked edible to me. And that's the point I'm making here, is you can't trust yourself, nor anyone else or me. You can't trust anyone, not me, not you. You can't trust yourself. You might as well just leap off of a tall building in one of those squirrel suits and fly like a squirrel, whoosh, like that. You might as well do that, because God knows what else you're going to do with your time, you shrimpling, you smaller than me, because I'm very tall and confident, and I've got my life together. It may not look like it with my buttons and such things, and I can't seem to zip up my pants because this is incredibly complex zipper in my estimation. What I'm saying is I've got my life together at this point, and you need to get your life together now, because I was the priority initially. Now we've got that sorted out, so now it's your turn, son. I could just talk for days, but no one will let me. Everyone walks away. They say, "Leave me alone, please, sir." What the hell is that supposed to mean? Leave me alone, please, sir? We'd have to go through and epistemologically unpack every single word of that sentence. Here, you and me, like this, on this pathway here, where I'm blocking your way, and you're saying, "Please stop bothering me. Please stop bothering me, sir." I have to go through and unpack each of those ontologically, epistemologically, etymologically, logically, illogically, irrationally, arbitrarily, any of these sorts of things. And that takes God knows how long to do. So what I'm saying is communication is worthless. It's pointless. So you may as well talk as much as possible and just hope that you get the things you want, like money and food and a bed to sleep on, by randomly combining sounds loudly at other people. You want to maximize volume in communication, because that's how you're going to maximize your probability of getting your point across. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Alright, more Jerome Anderson coming soon. You little shrimp. You little shrimpy little guy, you. Yeah, I remember, Max. I remember the things you said.